Here for you. There's a seat over there. Come sit down. So we're right in the middle of something. A friend's asking us a question that a young
So
lady.
you're saying it's a trap.
It's a trap. Of course, it's a trap. The young girl called him up and wanted to speak to him and so on and so forth. And he's ended up speaking to her back. And this is going to be speaking, but the person has to understand that Hashem says that men and women should be separate, stay separate. Because whenever men and women are involved, it always comes into a situation in which there's going to be more than just talking. There's going to be thoughts, there's going to be actions, and you just can't get away with that. You can't get around that. That's just what happens. That's what the purpose of men and women being together. The purpose of men and women being together is for men and women to get married and have children. So, if people are not holding, that's what they're going to be doing in their life right now. So then, in other words, everything Hashem gives you, He gives you it could be a gift, or it could be something that's a mitzvah, it could be something that's being a vera. That the time comes when a person's ready to get married, he goes on shidduchim, he goes on dates, he finds the girl that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. This thing is a normal thing, and that's the way Hashem makes an attraction between men and women. But for people to go and to abuse that, and they have no intention of getting married, and they have no intention of marrying this person, but here's a person that I can use and abuse and take advantage of and be with this person for a period of time until I'm tired of that person. So that's not why Hashem created these feelings. That's an abuse, and that's an abuse of the gift that Hashem. The fact that if there were no feelings between people, men and women would never get married. Why would you ever want to get married to a woman? If there's no feeling, that Hashem didn't create a feeling, you would say, my gosh, what? And that's what happens. I had a boy said to me, I hate to speak so graphically. He would do affairs with girls, and he'd say that right after it was done, he hated her guts. Before anything happened, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Then he took care of his needs 2 seconds later, and he's like, ugh, it's so disgusting. Get away from me. And he spoke to me about why he's going through these feelings. So I said to him, it's because you don't love this person, you just love yourself. And you just love yourself. You got, someone scratched your back, whatever feeling you were feeling, you got it out of your system, and now this person's still around, enamored with you, and want to continue a relationship, and you said, I just want to need someone just to scratch my back, just take care of a need that I happen to have at that time. When a person finds that the woman is supposed to be with him for the rest of his life, so it's not like that at all, because this is the person I'm going to be with the rest of my life. You're not holding there with this person. You're not holding there.
It's all true. This is very, very true. I understand this, which is why for so long I stayed away from the situation. But I'm saying is, how do you tell this, I guess, without hurting the other person? Feelings. No, in a real way, because it's back then I didn't care, so I did it with hurting the person's feelings, but I didn't care. But now, after one conversation, it's even worse of a snub, because it's like, oh, I spoke to you again, but now I got all from again, and now I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I really do want to do the right thing. I'm not saying this whatever. I want to do the right thing, and I did the right thing. It was very hard for me for a solid 8 months. I stayed away. There were a lot of attempts to contact me.
Is she still contacting you?
Yeah, for a while, yes.
No, but it's now, after that conversation.
No,
she's still...
Eventually, like 7 months ago, I just said, I explained
No, but I'm
her.
saying that you had that conversation with her.
It just happened last night.
Okay, so has she, since then, so what?
No, but she's going to.
What?
She's going to.
She's going to, okay.
Going to. Again, I'm not contacting her, that's obviously the thing, but she's going to. But I had to do it
I don't know.
because it's such a snub. It's like saying
Okay, so can I speak to you honestly? You don't mean you
you
don't. First of all, come, Danny, sit down, please. Danny, sit down. Right in the middle. It's good. Since you don't have the kavanah, you don't have the intention of making it a snub. So she's not going to perceive it that you're snubbing her, because you're not coming in that way. You're going to be saying before she even contacts you, you should contact her first. You should send her notes saying, I thank you. I really enjoyed our conversation. But where I'm holding right now, I want to focus solely on my studies in yeshiva, and I hope you can understand. I respect the relationship that we had in the past, and it is always going to mean something to me. But right now, I want to focus just on my learning in yeshiva.
It's like deja vu. This is what I did 8 months ago.
Okay, so did it work? It worked for 8 months. Okay, so you have to say, okay, what can you do? You don't want to.
Red drips.
What can
I
you do?
just- I-
You have
I
to. You
guess I
have
just don't
to.
really have the
But you have. You
knowledge
can't
to-
wait for the person to contact you again, right? Because then it's gonna hurt. Because now she's, because what do girls do? I called him. Is he gonna call me back? Did he call me back yet? He's not calling me back yet. And then they go, okay, I'm gonna call him. I'm not gonna call. I'm not gonna call him because then it shows that I'm running after him. Okay, I'll call him.
That's exactly.
And then they call, and then you're gonna say that speech, so it's gonna hurt doubly because
I know, I
so
just
you-
don't have the courage to do it.
Why?
I just don't
that's
have
that's why we have texting. That's why we write things because we're all cowards.
I feel like I
One, can I use something? I'm not suggesting this. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you.
You're
It's
saying
not
some
a
stuff
it's not
I
a pretty
understand.
thing. It's not a pretty
I
thing.
know it's not a pretty. That's what
But
I'm
if
saying.
if you try to avoid it, it's gonna just get worse.
I know.
It's like a root canal. It's just beginning to happen. The longer you wait, the worse it gets.
No. That's the hard part about it. That's the painful part about it because I know what the right
Unless
thing to do
unless
is.
you want to get someone to do it for you. What? If you can't do it yourself, you could say like your cousin or your rabbi in yeshiva.
That's what I could do it. I could do it. I just feel like I'm being honest. Like I feel so bad doing it because I feel like I should have never. If I
You never should have picked up in the first place.
Picked up. I picked
Right.
up now. Like that's so hurtful. Like,
So you could say,
imagine
I'm
from my
really
end.
sorry. You could say, I'm really sorry that I shouldn't have picked. I'm so happy we had the conversation, but I really shouldn't have picked up in the first place because I really want to focus on my learning and I hope you understand where I am right now, and I hope you can appreciate that, and I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to say this to you. Yes,
Damn it.
I'm good at this.
Yeah.
I should work for Hallmark or something.
So you're good. It's just it's hard stuff.
50.
I remember the reason why I'm tripping out is because I had the same conversation 8 months ago with a different Rebbe. They told me I
Yeah.
remember the same thing. I remember it was so painful to do. It was so hard to do, and I did it. And it's just like I have to do it again. And it's like, I guess that's what I took out from what you were saying. That sometimes you do the wrong thing, and like you can't just you got to realize you did the wrong thing.
You have to
gotta
understand.
fix it up.
You have to understand that everything in life is there's ramifications for everything a person does in life, right? There's just nothing for every action.
Don't answer nobody.
Equal
Yeah,
reaction.
okay. Is action equal action? Yeah, whatever it is, okay. It's action of equal positive reaction, whatever the guy said,
Yeah,
whatever he
It
said.
was a good line.
But that's you have to understand that when you do something, there's something opposite that's happening from it, and that's why we have to constantly be a person who's calculating every single move a person makes, everything he says. He has to think into things because one wrong move could spend
And I knew
disaster
at
for
the
the
time, and I
for
was like,
disaster for the rest of his life.